Hey everybody, Austin here for our March 2023 Worship Catalyst update. And as always, every month, we just want to bring you an update and let you know how you are making a difference. And man, are you making a difference. Check this out. So earlier in February, we led Worship Leader Essentials, our training process for pastors and worship leaders in El Paso, Texas. Yes, El Paso, Texas. And it was great. We had 10 churches there and really, I think, saw even the beginning of something that will be even longer lasting there. We're already in the mentor process now with the worship leaders and all that, and it's going great. But there's a potential partner there with Juarez and doing some training with churches on the other side of the border as well. So we'll be praying and just looking at what God does there. But I wanted to give you a couple of statements or writings that they did to say thank you. One pastor wrote, "Thank you. This will make our church stronger. It'll revive our life and church life. This is a must for all church planters and a needed training to all Texas churches." And so it's super exciting. One more pastor wrote, "You need to be there." He was actually writing to other pastors and he wrote, "So you need to be there. It'll change your view of worship. It'll equip you better to connect people with God in our services. There's time needed and you spend between you and your worship leader, a must to revive and connect our hearts to each other and to God." And so lots of statements like that coming from a lot of the worship leaders and pastors that came. And so thank you for making all those things possible. And that relationship with Texas and Texas Baptist is really strong. We continue to do those. So the second thing I want to talk about is connector gathering. We brought a bunch of our connectors. We have 18 connectors around the country in various cities and regions, and 12 of them came. It was supposed to be 14, but a couple had to back out at the end with some family things. But you're watching some video now of some of the things going on there. We brought them out to Fernandina Beach, Florida, where we live. And, you know, the goal of these gatherings is motivation and learning and encouragement. And every one of those happened. And we're already seeing the effects in some of the cities where connectors have gone back and immediately put into place some of the things that we talked about. And they're sending back some reports and all that. And one of the things that you're looking there is a picture of these blocks. And what we did is we just wrote the names of people, either worship leaders or pastors or churches that we're investing in around the country right now. And this is not all of them, it's just some of them. And some of these churches that we haven't yet invested in, but we're getting ready to. And so you just kind of see, as we take a look back and see all that God is doing through you, through your gifts and your prayers. And so thank you again for that thing. And then one other thing that's just more a family, personal thing, and some of you on our prayer team, you prayed about this, but in August, Finley is going to be going to Liberty University in Lynchburg. Yes, believe it or not, she's going to be starting college. And so last weekend, we drove up there as a family so she could audition for the musical theater program there, and she made it. And so she's going to be a musical theater major and getting to be involved in all of that. It's really the passion and joy of her heart. And God's really given her a clarity on that with her life, because there's so much darkness in that world, and she feels like that she can go and make a difference in it. So thank you for praying for her and for praying for us as a family. We're going to need a lot more of that going forward. Some of you know how that goes. Only God knows how it's going to play out in her life, but He has a plan for her and you and everybody, and you don't want to miss it. That's it. Big thank you. And then one last thing, just want to say, coming up in the month of March, in just a week or so, Cammie and I are going to be headed out to Seattle to teach in the Northwest Ministry Conference. I'm teaching a class to pastors, as well as a couple of classes to worship leaders. And we'll be there talking about worship leader essentials and some of our other resources that are available to churches all over the Northwest. And so just be in prayer that God would open some doors there for the teaching to be impactful, and also for us to be able to build some longer term relationships with churches up there that we can serve long term. So anyway, thank you guys. As always, don't be a stranger. Reach out. We love you very much. Talk soon. Bye-bye.